It is Sam here with Eating Clean, Cooking Dirty. How are you all doing today? I am very excited to be here, very excited to be sharing my day with you. I'm going to give a couple minutes or maybe less, and I'm going to actually go over to the site so that hopefully I can see any comments that are happening. There we go. Welcome. I know we've had some new members in the last week or so, and I just want to say welcome. I'm very excited to have you here, very excited to have you with us. If you ever have any questions or concerns, want to get some ideas on meal prep, substitutions for things, please tag me or just post it in the Facebook group too. We love sharing and helping and supporting, and that is what this group is all about. It's all about being helpful and supportive and helping us live that one life. So thank you. Now, I have to tell you that I love what I'm going to show you today, and I'm going to share the recipe in the notes in the comments on here once I'm done with the Facebook Live. So if you're just jumping on, please say hello, say good morning, tell me what you're doing, what's going on, and how your day is going. So I am going to show you how to make golden paste. Hey Rachel, how are you doing? So today we're going to do a golden paste latte. I love this recipe for a number of reasons. The primary ingredient is turmeric. Turmeric has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties to it. It is one of the most anti-inflammatory, rich spices that we can use. And it's so good for us. It's good for our digestive system. I have been fighting a cold for the last week or so, and I've been primarily drinking this golden paste tea to support my immune system, to reduce the inflammation in my sinuses, and it has been awesome. I am not taking antibiotics, which is great because that causes a whole other bunch of issues. So we're gonna make golden paste, and then I'm gonna show you how to make the golden tea latte. All right, and I'm just gonna turn my hot water on one more time so that we can sorry about that, guys. I think somebody just called me. Okay, so we're gonna start, and I will post the recipe again in the notes when I'm all done. So this is a 1/4 cup of turmeric. It sounds like a lot, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a batch of it. We're gonna store it in a little glass container, and this will keep in your refrigerator up to a month, up to 30 days in your refrigerator, so that you don't have to keep making this every single time. So you're gonna need a few other ingredients other than turmeric. You're going to need some white pepper. I use white pepper, you don't have to. I like the fine grain white pepper, and I use this, paired with the turmeric helps activate the properties in the turmeric. So you want to use that. You don't need a whole lot. It's not a peppery tea, I promise. But you are going to use 1/2 teaspoon. And that is basically all that I have left in here. I make this quite a bit. So I'm going to dump that in there. And then we're going to go with some cardamom. The cardamom is going to be 1/4 teaspoon. So we're going to use this little guy. And cardamom also has some anti-inflammatory properties, antioxidants. These are all incredible spices. 1/8 teaspoon now, so I don't have 1/8 with me. If you're just jumping in, please say hello. So we've got some ginger root. So I'm going to use 1/8. I don't have my 1/8 teaspoon, but I'm just estimating about half of this guy right here into that. And then we are going to go with some cinnamon. So same amount, 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon. And I know, you know, if you're just joining me and you haven't heard me talk about bulk spices and the value that you can get if you can find bulk spices in your neighborhood, I do buy the cinnamon in a large container. I've had this for a while, but I go and buy bulk spices because if I don't need it very much, or if I am using a spice that I've never tried before, buying bulk, even if you're buying it at Whole Foods, is so much cheaper than buying one of these. So if you use it all the time, like I go through cinnamon quite a bit, buying this is a good value. But if you are using things like cardamom, which we generally don't use very often, hey Desiree, if you are using ginger root, which I personally don't use that often, I usually use fresh ginger if I'm using ginger root. I don't cook with a lot of cardamom, although I think I'm going to start trying. I tried cardamom vanilla ice cream the other day and it was out of this world. So I'm going to try and recreate that. It won't show up on a meal plan, but it'll probably show up on a blog post. So these are really good. Buy them in bulk and get them so that you can have them. So I've put all of my spices in here. I'm just taking a small little whisk and just to combine them a little bit, which is pretty good. And then I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. So we're going to pour that in. There we go. All right. So now we have this, it's pretty liquidy right now because the coconut oil, I melted it, so it's on the liquidy side. But when you put it into your final container and then into your refrigerator, it is going to harden up. Hey, Desiree. It's so good. And you can see it's got this beautiful, rich golden color. It can be a little staining. Let me grab my water. Okay, so I've got some hot water here that we're going to make our tea with, but I'm also going to add a little bit, just about a tablespoon or two, to the paste, so that so it doesn't get rock hard in the refrigerator. So it'll still stay a little creamy. All right, so that looks pretty darn lovely. So we've got this nice, you can see, I'm swishing it so you can see how liquidy it really is. Hey, Jovi. So we've got that. And then you just pour it into your container. I am using a small mason jar because it's just a good size. So it's about 4 ounces. And then I have a little bit left. I have just enough for the tea. So I'm going to pour this in here just instead of scooping it. So when you make the tea and you're taking it out of your container, you're going to use about 1 teaspoon per serving. You can use more. You can use up to, I would say up to 3. It depends on how strong you like it. But I will tell you, my daughter, I don't know if you saw that picture yesterday that I posted, but my daughter loves turmeric golden paste tea, which is a big win for me. All right, so now that we've got that, I'm going to cover this because my luck is I would spill this. Hey, Vanessa, how are you doing? Welcome. So here is the golden paste. And again, I'm going to post this recipe in the comments when I'm done posting this video so that you guys can all get this. So super easy to make, only takes a few minutes. I would say one of these lasts me about 2 weeks because I have it just about every day. And then you leave it in your refrigerator. It'll be good in your refrigerator for up to a month. So there you go, really, really yummy. So now let's go ahead and make our tea, or our latte, as I like to do. So I use some grass-fed butter. I use about a teaspoon-ish of grass-fed butter, really good. We want to have some fat in here, so we're going to put a little bit of that. And then we're going to do some coconut milk. So I'm using full-fat coconut milk, and this is Native Forest. It is organic, and it is just coconut milk. So it's kind of solidified at the top. So I'm going to take a little bit. I use about 1/4 of this can. I'm going to add a little bit there. Okay, and then the other thing that's optional that I didn't grab is the honey. So let me just grab a little bit of honey. So I am using a local honey from Lost Lake, which is really good. And I have a big honey because I do a lot of recipe testing. So this is like, and it's also a lot more affordable to just bite the bullet and buy this and have it for a long time. So let's go ahead and carefully, because I don't want too much, get a little dollop of honey in there. All right. Whoop. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to add some boiling water to this, and we're going to measure out about 1.5 cups. Now, I am using a Vitamix blender. I just got this blender. I'm so excited. I am using a Vitamix blender. It is heat safe. I will tell you that I have killed my last blender because it did not take hot liquids, and I did not know that. I thought all blenders took hot liquids, but they don't. I cracked the whole base of my last blender. But this one does. So you're just gonna blend that up, and you don't have to do this part. This just makes it nice and frothy. And I'll show you what that looks like in my great-grandmother's teacup, because I'm a sucker for China. But you don't have to do this. Oftentimes, when I'm feeling really lazy and I don't want to get out my blender, because I don't leave my blender on my countertop, so I will just do this in a saucepan. And so it doesn't get frothy, but it still tastes absolutely delicious. So I'm going to turn this on one more time, really high. And that's it. So, can you see the froth? It makes a nice little latte. It's so good. Oh my gosh. So we're just going to put a little bit in here. All right. And we've got a beautiful turmeric golden paste latte that tastes oh so good. So that's one of the things I wanted to share with you today. I am going to post the recipe in a little bit. It is so good. So let me just recap what this is great for. Turmeric and the other ingredients that we put in here have amazing anti-inflammatory properties. Regardless of what is going on in your body, it is all related to inflammation. Sinus issues, which I'm dealing with right now, related to inflammation. Gut issues related to inflammation. And so using spices is a great way, a great natural way to help reduce inflammation in your body and give your body some really dense micronutrients to support your overall health. One thing that this is really great for is drinking before bedtime. So this can also help calm your body down, get your body prepared for sleep. And so if you are having any problems sleeping, calming down for the night, winding down for the night, getting to sleep, falling asleep, this is a great way to incorporate a ritual of some sort, a ritual into your sleep pattern. Have a little bit of tea. You don't need very much. before bedtime. Again, my 3-year-old daughter loves this, so you could always try this with your kids if they are also having a hard time winding down before bedtime. You could try starting a bedtime ritual of everybody having a little bit of tea. And it could be this tea, it could be other teas, but this is a great one to help support falling asleep, calm, good, healthy sleep habits. Great for the whole family, right? So you could do a little bit of tea right before bed, maybe about an hour before bed with little children so that you can get them to go pee-pee before they actually go to sleep. So my daughter goes to sleep around 7 p.m. She gets in bed for bedtime. So right after dinner, this is also has some sweetness to it if you use a little bit of honey. And so it could be a really great dessert, quote unquote dessert, for your kids that is not a sugary, sweet option. So this is a great option. So any time of day, little bit of turmeric tea, golden paste tea, and make it, put it in your fridge, have it there. It's so easy. It's so good for you. And don't forget to buy bulk. Bulk is the big money saver. All right. So we're saving money, we're reducing inflammation, and we're helping support your sleep today. And that's what I've got for you. Thank you so much. If you're just seeing this, if you're new to the group, thank you so much for being a part of it. Thank you for joining. Please feel free to ask me any questions, ask the whole group. It is a pretty amazing group of people that I feel really blessed to be a part of. It's not a big group. I don't heavily promote this group outside of my email list, and so it is nice and small and intimate and is going to stay that way. So it's a great place and space for people. Thank you so much again. Have an amazing day, and I will talk to you all soon.